Are you recording? What's your name again? Mohammed? Mohammed, I've just been given a tip off that I happen to be standing next to the Mayor of Cambridge and I'm going to try and get an interview with him. What's his name? Mohammed, what's his name? Mark Ashton. Ash. Hello.
Hello.
Mark.
Yes.
I was just told that you're the Mayor of Cambridge, is it?
I am, yes.
Yes.
So I'm here today as the councillor for Cherryington. So I'm not here today as the Mayor of Cambridge.
Right.
Because as the Mayor of Cambridge, I'm impartial.
Sure. So is the Mayor always a councillor?
Yes,
the council put forward someone for mayor?
It's a city council.
Yeah.
So the city council, you have to be a councillor to be the Mayor of Cambridge.
Right, okay.
So, and I've been a councillor for Cherryington for 12 years.
Okay, so the only other mayor that I'm aware of in this situation is Nick Johnson, the Greater Cambridge, the Peterborough Cambridge Combined Authority.
Yeah.
So I saw
he's ill
said,
at the moment, so Anna Smith is now standing in for him.
Oh, because he's ill.
He's on sick leave.
Well, we
so
wish
Anna
him the quickest recovery.
Yeah. So Anna Smith, who is the Cambridge City Council leader, she has now stepped into his position, so he comes back on sick leave.
So do you know what she thinks about the congestion charge?
Well, the Labour group policy at this moment in time is that we wait for the results of the consultation.
We've all heard of that.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for a lot of people, unfortunately, is it?
I know, and that's why I, as a ward councillor for Cherryington, along with Councillor Dryden and Councillor McPherson, have said we're not in favour of the current proposals because the residents of Cherryington rightly point out they'll be penalised for driving out of Cherryington, so you're not even coming into the city. You'll be penalised for going to the shop in Cherryington. So as ward councillors for Cherryington, we've come out and we've been on the press, we've been on the radio as well, and we've stated our stance on it. What other councillors do for their wards, I can't speak
of course.
So the ruling group position at the moment is
just wait.
We get the results for the consultation,
so
and then we'll make
that representatives and councillors and things, they loathe to make predictions and they don't want to talk about hypotheticals. But could I ask, in your opinion, what you feel like is the likelihood that they will either capitulate and change the plans, allow a referendum, or push ahead regardless?
The referendum, of course, is a county issue, because this is where it gets confusing, and it's confusing for councillors, never mind residents, because the city do not control the transport. It's controlled by the county council. So the decision on transport comes from the county council. So the county council will have the final say as to what happens. And as a city council, we can point out what we feel, but they're the ones who make
if you were going to put a private bet on whether or not it would go ahead as in the current form, or whether it would change or not, would you take that bet, or is it still open?
I wouldn't. I'm not a betting man. If I had to put a bet, I would think, listening to what everybody's saying, that there will have to be some kind of compromise. But having said that, of course, the original one that came out was a consultation. So not standing up for him, when you think about it, it says, this is what we think, this is the area, these are the times, this is the price, what the people think. Now you can debate, I think there was 23 questions on that.
It was long.
And there was only one to say yes or no.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, as a Labour group, we've turned around and said we need to get what people say, because somebody says we want
but
transport.
I just when you actually read the brochure that they put out last August for the thing, part of what they kept saying is that our last consultation showed that people would have been in favour of a smaller congestion charge, or one which was in between 7 and 9 or whatever, but technical work showed that wouldn't raise enough revenue for the buses, you see. So in their own language, they've kind of said that they need to do this. You know what I mean? So it doesn't seem like they've given themselves much room to then turn around and change it. I don't know what you have to think about that.
Well, like I said, they said the consultation is now being analysed, and the results will come out in June. So you can only
Who
say...
gets to see them? Does anybody get to see them? Because there's a lot of people demanding that they make them public.
I think they'll have to do, because obviously if you put those 23 questions out, they're going to have to come back and justify then to say whether 80% have voted for or 80% have voted against. So
we've got a collapse. Sorry, go on.
So people are going to have to say, there's the proof of what people have voted. And I think most people recognise traffic issues in Cambridge.
Yeah.
I think most people recognise there's certain congestion times when it's busy, and I think most people recognise in the city there are areas that could be looked at. But under the current proposal, where you put a ring round the entire city and you say from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, I live in Cherry Hinton, so if I drive out of Cherry Hinton, it's £5. If my family come to see me, it's £5, and I'm not coming into the city, and that's what irks people. The fact it's not the city. So I think that's where it comes down, and what's annoyed so many people, that it's not a fair tax. And as Neil pointed out, even if this did go ahead, even if you didn't have a car and you cycled, you would pay for it, because these deliveries will have to be charged, and they're not going to absorb the cost. So people who turn around and say it won't affect me because I cycle, I walk, it will, because any delivery coming into the city you will pay more for. So there is another charge regardless of you driving a car or not. There'll be the cost of the wagons coming in. So so it's not an easy issue. But like I say, people have shown the feelings, and that's how you can often democracy. And again, when people say vote them out, as long as you realise who you're voting for. The county council don't have a vote this year. It's the city council that have a vote this year, and that's a concern that people will, in a sense, will say we're taking the city council out, and it's not us because we haven't made a decision yet. It's the county council.
But that does give another indication of what people think if they want to use their district council vote to show their opposition.
Very much so.
Because they're probably hearing that a lot on the doorsteps, aren't they?
Democracy, democracy says you have a vote, you can express your decision, and that's what I say. In Cherry Hinton, we know what our voters think in Cherry Hinton and what they want us to do. And I represent the people of Cherry Hinton. They voted me in, so I represent them.
How long have you been the representative?
12 years.
12 years.
So I've been 12 years a councillor, and I'm chair of the Residents Association in Cherry Hinton. So I very much feel people's, shall we say, pain and agony and upset over this as well. So I can't speak for the ward councillors in the city, and it's up to residents to speak to their ward councillors and ask them, are they for or against? And then once they know that, then they can make a decision. I've listened to my residents, as Rob and Russ have, which has been stated today, and we've made our opinions known. So
all right, thank you. That seems like a nice way to round it off. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So Mike, was it?
Mark Ashton,
Mayor of Cambridge.
Not
today though.
The man in short.
He's not the mayor today. He's here as representative of Cherry Hinton ward.
I'm the ward councillor for Cherry Hinton.
But as soon as he walks away, he's going to pull out the big gold chain and the hat. Thank you.
Good to see you. I saw you on YouTube. You did the one with support, didn't you?
I did,
going down the shop.
Oh, that's right, Cambridge Cracker. I'll round off.
With Mill Road Bridge.
Yes.
And what's happening there?
And
that's another interesting
Another one, exactly. All right, well, thank you then. All right, I'll round off. Thanks, Mohammed. This is William Burnell reporting for Cambridge Cracker. Oh, yes, he seems like it. You can tell. Thank you. All right, over and out.